So starting off the tutorial, you're going to need a few things. So let's start off with the basic stuff, such as this little glass dome here. It's a bell-shaped dome. I got mine at Michael's. You could probably get it at any craft store, but yeah, it just kind of resembles someone in the movie. The next thing you're going to need is, of course, something to put the bell on. Of course, you can just put on the table like in the movie, but I have this, and I don't really like the color green for it, but of course, if you want to keep the color green, you can. But I got these Krylon spray paints in white. It's a white primer and a sparkly purple down there, so if you would like to, you know, recolor it. Next, you're going to need some acrylic white paint, and of course you're not going to need this much, but I do need this much. It's to paint the inside of the glass dome, and to use these little detailed brushes right here, which you're also going to need to paint that. You only need one, but I also have this random ball that I had laying around. I'm going to paint it and glue it on top of the glass dome, as well as some glitter that I'm going to put on top of it. You're also going to need these fairy lights to go on the inside, and some things that I didn't show are a little clear string like fishing wire, and also some hot glue, and of course you're going to need the red rose. And I also got some of this like purpley stuff at, it's like purple ribbon, and I got it at Walmart, so if you want to use some of that, that's just to fill in the negative space that I have between the bell and the base. So the first thing I'm going to do is spray paint the base of the flower. So this is like a cake holder. I found it at Michael's on sale, and I just didn't really like the green color for this particular look, so I'm going to use this paint and primer one from Krylon and just coat it. And by I mean I got Captain Deckhand to help me because I wanted to get some shots of it, so I needed somebody to spray while I filmed, or vice versa, but he wanted to spray. So now the next thing we're going to do is paint the inside of the dome. So the one in the video has these like cute little etchings in it, and you could also use like, you can etch it if you have a glass etcher, or there's like etching paint or etching glue or something that I read, but I'm going to use these little detailed brushes and this acrylic paint, and I'm going to paint on the inside of the bell, and I'm just going to use little flicking motions to go up and make those little leaf slash branch like shapes in it. And I'm doing the inside so that it's not so opaque, and that way it looks a little bit more like etching. I'm also going to make sure that I take a lot of the paint off the brush before I put it onto the glass, that way it isn't so opaque and it looks more like an etching. And I'm going to go all around the base, and by the end it should look like this. Taking the excess paint that I had sitting on my paper plate, I actually just threw that ball that I had that I showed you earlier into it and kind of rolled the paint around, and then I put the glitter on top and patted it onto it. The paint's going to act like a adhesive as well as coloring that silver, so it's not silver anymore. Going back to the base, now that it's dry, I'm going to, and by me I mean Captain Deckhand, take the purple glitter stuff and we're going to spray that. It's just to give it a little bit more oomph. It doesn't need to be done, but yeah. And then of course I got my fairy lights ready once everything was dry by just putting some batteries into it, making sure it fits nice. Next, we're going to work on the rose. So I bent the stem into the little zigzaggy shape that it is in the cartoon version, and I also need to trim it down so it fits inside the glass. I took my scissors and just kind of cut around the plastic part, because really the metal part you can take your hands like I am here and just bend it and it snaps pretty easily, or at least the one that I have. If not, then you might need some wire cutters, but I didn't need that. And then the rose has too many petals on it, so I'm going to take my scissors here and cut some of the petals off. After I do that, I'm also going to actually reshape the petals and just kind of like make them look a little smaller and a little bit more petal-like, and I'm going to keep them so that I can put them on the bottom like the petals are falling. And also once in a while I'm going to hold up the flower to the base just to make sure that it looks right. I'm also going to put it in to see, you know, does this look like it's going to fit well? Is it going to do well? You know. Then I'm taking the clear string, which for me is fishing wire, and I'm tying it around the base of the flower. I'm keeping it underneath the green leaves but above the red petals, just so that way the wire is as hidden as it can be, and I'm just tying it a few times around that base. Then I'm taking a hot glue gun, and I'm taking any type of object that you have. I have a clear rock actually that I'm using, and I'm gluing it to the end of that string. And then I'm putting some glue on that rock again, and I'm going to be putting it on the top of the bell, and then this way it looks like the Enchanted Rose is floating. Next I'm going to take that ball that I had earlier because it's pretty dry now, and I'm putting a little bit of hot glue on it, and I'm going to stick it on the top of the glass dome. After that I'm actually going to take some of the clear rocks that I had already laying around, which I wasn't planning on using before, and I'm going to stick 2 more of those, a medium-sized one and a smaller one on top, just to give it more of that pointed look, like in the live action version. Next I'm putting those petals on the bottom and putting the flower in with the fairy lights. Then I'm grabbing that purpley sparkly ribbon that I got. Like I said, I got this at Walmart. It was pretty cheap, and I'm going to put it around the sides. Then I had some little purple rocks and some of those clear rocks, and I'm going to stick that around again. This was just like an afterthought with the rocks. And this is what it looks like. I think it looks really elegant. I think it looks really pretty. I like that it looks like the rose is floating like in the movie. I'm pretty happy with the way that it turned out. It looks really cool with all the lights turned off as well. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. This was a really fun DIY, and I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of a different video from me. Please tell me what you think, and if you'd like me to do more of these kind of DIY videos, because I do stuff like this often. I am an artist of all sorts. I like to craft, I like to paint, and I was told before when I did my giveaway that you guys would like to see more of my canvas paintings and stuff like that, which is awesome. I would love to share them, so if you have any ideas of what you'd like me to do next, if you'd like me to craft more things or paint more things, just let me know. As well as letting me know any other body paintings you'd like to see, because I cannot wait to get the next one started. Thank you so much for your guys' support. Be sure to like this video, be sure to share it, and help me out here, because I'm struggling a little, but you know, I'm a small YouTuber, that's what we do. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I can't wait to do another giveaway for you guys. So yeah, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!